turrets
dude.
all the time.
Wait until you hear something I did.
JC, he's like, oh,
I
you
shot
know who I
the
am.
maid. I killed the maid, bro. She had a
Well,
gun.
good. I hate the maid,
She had a
dude.
gun and she had like all kinds of stuff on her.
The maid sucks, and these are our enemies. Dude, I can't wait to hear. So,
you probably know what I did.
I can't wait for you to tell me about it, though. I need to hear you say it.
Could you imagine you're sitting there doing like you're writing on your computer and there's a guy in a trench coat just swimming through
The most high-tech human alive.
He's
got laser beam eyes.
It's like a 40-foot tall fish tank. I'm just just swimming.
That's so funny.
You better start believing in cyberpunk dystopias. You're in one.
Well, welcome back to the Game Pack. Brandon, we got another big one here today. We've been playing some Deus Ex. It's all about espionage, daggers in backs. Tell me, dude, what's going on? How you feeling?
Tyler, you forgot one important detail. We're back in Hong Kong, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Our longtime listeners, they're gonna be like, "Hey, why y'all keep playing games where you go to Hong Kong?"
Pork bun.
Actually, we're looking for pork bun is the answer.
It's the siren song of the pork bun. We hear it from across the ocean, and it calls back to us, dude. We're back to Hong Kong.
Look, I can't go a day without my pork bun.
No, I mean, a man can only be a whole man if they have a pork bun.
But yeah, no, we're only gonna be going over 2 missions today, which I'm glad you gave us 2 missions to do because the first mission 6, is super long. I feel like that could have been separated into 2 missions.
It's a couple missions in one, for sure.
Like, I understand why it was all, because it's all in the same kind of, like, area, but I loved Mission 6. I had so much fun in Mission 6. And then in Mission 7, we go back to New York, and I was like, I hate this place! I'm so tired of Hell's Kitchen, dude. But we weren't there for very long, so not that big of a deal.
And like I got to say off cam, it's tired of you as well. This is our last time going to Hell's Kitchen, guys. It's brief, and we get in, we get out, and we got some other global world travel to do after that. But today, we start off this week by, we just left UNATCO.
Ooh.
We went through all the secret facilities.
Yeah, before we even jump in there, I made some side notes. I wanted to give you an update on. We were talking about something on the last episode. We were talking about the augmentation canisters because I had a bunch of extras. So I did. I like I've said in previous episodes, I'm trying not to Google anything. I'm trying not to use any guides or any. I want the true vanilla experience.
He hasn't, ladies and gentlemen. I can say I have him set up on Covenant eyes, so
you'll get text from me. You'll get a text from me. I'm like, what am I supposed? Am I supposed to go here? Like, because some of the game's pretty vague on some things.
Oh, it is.
You
have to be paying attention to everything.
There's a quest that it tells you on Mission 7. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple asterisks on this real fast.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to talk about that. But the augmentation canisters, I had to Google it because I was holding on to so many duplicates. So, for example, if you get the augmentation for your leg pieces, it will tell you you can choose one of 2 special abilities. I chose the silent running. I can't remember what the other one is.
Yeah, same.
But whatever it is, if you find another canister that's for the legs, I guess in case you missed the last one. They have duplicates you can find. I was holding on to them because I was like, I don't want to lose the opportunity. They're useless. If they're duplicates, they're useless. Right. So I started dropping those. The upgrade canisters are the ones you want to keep, and the ones that you haven't installed. So, for example, if you haven't got anything for the eye slot or the arm slot or whatever, some of them I regret the ones I chose. The arm one. I wish I would have done the strength to like lift and break stuff.
That's what I did.
Instead of the melee weapon, because I find myself being able to break through certain doors. But
fairly easily.
But your boy found a rocket launcher. And let me tell you, I've been holding on to the rocket launcher, and I wish I would have chose it from the beginning. You know why?
It's very strong.
I blow up everything, and I have so many rockets. I have like 30 rockets. I'm never gonna use. I don't use them
Yeah.
for combat. I don't use them for combat at all. I only, unless it's the big robots. I do use them
Right.
for the big robots, but I use them just to blow through things that are like, hey, you want to
Yes,
use 2
dude.
lockpicks, or do you just want to blast all these lockers open and just open them all? And as long as you're okay with killing all the people around so they don't come investigate it, you're fine.
Yeah.
So I had a couple.
And
regrets.
at this point in the game, it should be remembered. At this point in the game, the people that you murder, that's not going to come back to haunt you. It's the early portion where there's some tricky stuff going on.
I won't say they pull an Undertale because it predates Undertale. It's like they don't tell you. They don't tell you that you're killing the wrong people. But also, I wish I would have spent more of my points differently. I think I would have not done electronics. Oh no, maybe not done low tech weapons, and probably I would have chose all those differently. I would have kept my pistol upgraded. And I probably would have done rifles and computer. Because the computer.
Yeah, so my build, being that this is my second full playthrough of the game, I have computer upgraded. I have, not all the way, but I'm working on that path. These are the things I'm focusing on. Computer, pistols, melee weapons, because I just baton to the back of a head.
Homie, when you get to that 3rd upgrade on the weapons, the rifles and the pistols, it's a whole different game.
It makes a big difference.
It is a completely different game, and I wish I would have done that earlier.
Having computer seems to be like a necessity.
Dude, 100%.
I don't know how it would work otherwise. I mean, when I played through this game the first time, I invested into computer. So I've never approached the game not having that skill going on.
Yeah, no, I there was something. It was whenever we were in the basement of UNATCO in the Majestic 12 facility. I was like, I had to put points into the computer. There was no other way. I'm sure there is another way, but the path of least resistance felt like it was the computers.
That's what I found.
Turning off the cameras, and then like later being able to access the turrets. That's got to be insane.
Yeah. Yes.
But anyway, I just wanted to update.
But that's where we are. That is the point in where we pick up this week is escaping UNATCO. You have some computer skill now, so you can hack systems and control cameras and open a door or two.
We hopped in the airplane or the helicopter with Jock.
The helicopter with Jock, yeah.
Who is
headed to Hong Kong.
Slowly becoming my favorite character in the game.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And we get stopped at a helibase. It's like a checkpoint. It was like, hey, we're on shutdown. Very quick little section here. We got to get out of here. This section was weird because there was only one solution, which was getting the hollow key from the locker, and it tells you that the key is somewhere in that area, but I didn't like. Yeah,
you picked that up on a data cube, I think.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that there's only one solution here. Yeah, which is getting into the locker, whether it's picking it, blowing it up, or whatever, and then getting it, unlocking the door, hit the button, and get back in the helicopter, and you're kind of on the way. Right. Because there's all kinds of really cool. Like, whenever I'm playing this game, I find myself just exploring all these different areas. I end up wasting a lot of my, lockpicks and digital key hackers or whatever they're called, the multi-tools or digital tools.
Sure, the multi-tool.
I find myself using a lot of those, and then I keep quick saving forward that I've quick saved past my last, good one, So I'm like, I don't want to go back. And it's only because I want to see what a lot of the area has to offer. And here, it was like there was all kinds of cool different ways, but if you really wanted to, if you just know where that key is, you could be in and out of there in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So this area, it was okay. It was all right.
Sure. This is like the prologue to the Hong Kong section, because the place that you land at it's the VersaLife Annex. So in some way, we're using VersaLife's facilities here, and we basically just get dropped off because when we go to touch down, Jock's like, hey, they locked me up. They have full control. I can't do anything. You need to get in there and basically release the tractor beam, to use the old Star Wars terminology, so that I can get out of here. But fortunately for JC, it's like you're right in the neighborhood. So once you clear the area,
you open up the big door, and then Jock shoots missiles, blows up the door, which is awesome. And then we go out and we take an elevator, and we're in Hong Kong, we're in the streets of Hong Kong. And I love this area, dude. Yeah. Also, I was able to get the healing augmentation, which is an absolute game changer by the way.
Yeah, it's huge.
And I upgraded it to level 3 with my canisters.
I use the augment that lets you turn invisible to cameras and turrets all the time.
Wait until you hear something I did. You're gonna love it.
It is such a useful augment. But yeah, dude, we're on the streets of Hong Kong. So when we were last time that we recorded, we were told by UNATCO, hey, we're sending you to Hong Kong to kill Tracer Tong. That's the goal here. Mm-hmm. But then we got hung up. We went to see Paul, and he was like, I'm dying, brother.
Yeah.
And then we get kidnapped by UNATCO.
Story got flipped where we're like, hey, we got to go find Tracer Tong. And,
yes.
Now, my Paul is dead.
Yeah.
Your Paul is MIA, right?
Yes. Well, we'll have an update on that.
Okay.
So from where we are right now, we are told to just find Tracer Tong, and I don't remember or I don't remember what exact details we have, but I think it's like
it was something to do with just the
like shrine temple thing. They're like the temple is kind of their area. Go over there.
Yeah, you had to kind of stumble. They don't really tell you where he is. You just have to explore, and it's a very wide open area. Tons of stuff
and a lot of different paths that oh look, here's a back alley that takes me to the canal.
Yeah. There's a whole different section. Like there's whole different like districts of the city. So to save time, let's just talk about they're in this like kind of temple area, and there's warring triads right now. So we kind of have to quell the triad battle right now, and so we go to the front door, and there's the most wild triad name. You know, you think,
oh yeah, I love this guy.
You think that a Chinese name would be something like Kuei
Winston?
Liang, like Kuai Liang or Bihan, like from Mortal Kombat. No, it's Gordon Quick.
Well, dude, that tracks with a lot of what we saw in Sleeping Dogs as well.
Yeah, you're right. Dog eyes and I guess.
Well, there's but Winston is a main character.
Yeah, Gordon Quick. And I think he pretty much tells us like, oh, you know, we can't let you in because of the ongoing triad problems, and we need you to find the dragon's sword, or no, I don't think it's the dragon's
tooth.
I don't think he tells you about the dragon's tooth. I think it's the other guy, the other triad leader that tells you about it, right, in the club, because he tells you that.
So Gordon, when you talk to him at the gate, he tells you about Maggie Chow.
Maggie Chow. Okay, yeah.
He says. You know, there's no peace between the two major triad organizations, and I think that this Maggie Chow lady is like inciting a war. He was like, don't believe anything that she says, but I want you to investigate her.
Yeah, he says,
and I think he says something about the tooth.
He says, no, we would like another ally like Paul, your brother.
Yeah,
you're not him, and we don't know if you're still loyal to UNATCO or not.
Right.
The triads are at war thanks to a woman named Maggie Chow. A sword was stolen from the Red Arrow Triad, and Miss Chow started a war by blaming us, the Luminous Path. So Red Arrow and Luminous Path are the name of the two warring triads. And so we have to kind of...
Put on our Batman cowl, dude. We got to go do some detective work.
We asked, why is the sword so important? He says it's an extraordinary sword called the Dragon's Tooth. Nanotechnology developed by the Red Arrow's former leader before he was murdered. We know that Chow is a liar, but we have no proof. So they want us to go and get proof of Maggie Chow's deception and bring peace to the warring triads.
Did you... I want to know how you approached getting to Miss Chow.
By getting lost for a while.
Yes, me too. I've done this whole area. I hope you understand. I was lost on multiple occasions.
I got lost for a while. Luckily, there's like a big sign that says like, "Oh, this is Tanachi Road. You got to go find 1313 Tanachi Road." And then I was just, like I said before, I'm exploring all my different options, but not committing to them until I either get like slip up to where I have to just kind of my hand is forced, or I find something that just works, and then I'm like, okay, well, I did it. Let me get out. Here, I found a bunch of different ways. I found like this elevator that went up, and there's like a sniping kind of position across the skyways. I ended up just kind of like going up an abandoned elevator shaft somehow, and then the guards walked through, I guess, they heard me and they walked through their own laser and set off the alarm. And they were just kind of like, I kind of cheesed it a little bit because they were kind of bottlenecked in this very small hallway, and they all had to come out the same door. And now my pistol skills upgraded so much to where I can just line up the shot and just go pew, pew, pew.
Okay,
we
glossed over the VersaLife Annex, but that's exactly how I solved that room.
Yeah.
So whenever all the dudes that are in like the bunks, like the locker room area, when the alarm sounds, they come funneling down the stairs into the hangar, like the main hangar. And I, being a fellow pistol upgrader, as they were funneling down the stairs, they were one by one. I'm gonna get you, pow, 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 headshot, headshot, headshot.
Yeah, that's kind of my tactic now because they don't really like. I mean, this is a game from the year 2000. They all kind of follow the same exact path. So
well, that's the some of the other mod systems that we were looking at to modernize the game. That's one of the main things they highlight.
Cheesing in this game, I do not feel guilty because this game will wax your butt, dude. They will. It's unrelenting. There's a mission later. I was getting shot. I couldn't even hear that I was getting shot. I died in like one hit. Because I was like way up, and the guy that was shooting me was like way down in this huge section, and their aim is
it's precise,
really precise. But yeah, no, I ended up just committing at that point because I was exploring around, and I was like, well, I think I used my GEP gun to just blow open the elevator shaft because there's like this homeless lady, and I just gave her some money, and she's like, oh yeah, you can use this to get into Maggie Chow's apartment. And I actually went to the nightclub I think before this because I was exploring. I just found my way. I was like,
lucky money.
I was like, oh, a nightclub. I love nightclubs. So I just went and checked it out. So I kind of already met the other leader as well, I think.
Oh, sure. So did you ever interact with Maggie?
No, I never saw her.
Interesting.
There. But
that's very interesting.
I did kill her cat. No, I ended up going. I was just kind of like.
Well, when in Rome.
Yeah, I was just kind of like in a little tussle type situation where I was like, I don't know where I'm going, and I saw the sword.
Well, dude, I gotta fill you in because there's. They like the game kind of prompts you, or not. It encourages you to go talk to her because like there are guys standing around like, oh yeah, this is Maggie Chow's apartment. Go to the front desk. This is the elevator she uses. If you enter by any other means, she's going to be pissed, which is what you did. And what I did, but after the fact. I'm going to tell you about it.
Well, yeah, I think I was exploring all those options. I hadn't committed to any of them yet. And then whenever I did this, I was like, oh, I'm here. I didn't realize I am here. And then I just rolled with it at that point.
So I'll go ahead and tell you, I used the same path you did to get the tooth. However, I went and met with Maggie first before I did all that. So when you go meet Maggie, she has a whole separate penthouse elevator in the hotel, like that's dedicated to her, I guess, her floor. You go meet her. She has a maid. Do you remember the backstory? This lady is a former actress. She was an actress who I guess washed out of the industry or whatever. She reminds me of
the chick
yes.
From what's it
Sleeping
called?
Dogs.
What was her name?
I don't know, but yes, her.
I know the one you're talking about. Ricky's girlfriend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The exact
Can't
one.
remember her name.
So you go up to her penthouse. You meet the maid, and she's like, "Oh, Maggie's waiting for you, JC." And he's like, "Oh, you
shot
know who I
the
am."
maid. I killed the maid, bro. She had a gun.
Good. I hate the maid, dude.
She had a gun, and she had like all kinds of stuff on her.
The maid sucks, and these are our enemies. So you meet the maid, and she's like telling you, "Oh, these floors were made in Taiwan or whatever. I don't know, blah blah blah." And then so you meet Maggie, and she's like, "JC, I work with the Red Arrow, but the Luminous Path, they're up to no good, man." He was like, "Listen, our former leader was killed. What's up?"
I don't know if I should say it now, but I found something near the sword.
Okay.
Silence.
Oh, dude, yeah. We'll get to that.
Okay.
I
just didn't want to gloss over it. Go ahead, continue.
No, that's okay. So she's like, "Look, I'm a part of the Red Arrow. We know this. You know this. I know this. We know this." She's really trying to sell the fact that she's part of Red Arrow. Because in truth, and she says this as well, she's like, in Hong Kong, the truth is not as obvious as it seems, or something like that. So she's telling you, like, yeah, I'm Red Arrow. But what you come to find, if you do some snooping around, if you hack her computer, she has a Majestic 12 login.
Yeah,
So
I did see that. I did see that.
She's accused of being a spy before you find out all this. And I don't know if your assumption, but I guess anyone. The question is, a spy for who? So it's like maybe amongst triads or organizations or whatever. But after you talk to her, she's like, yeah, the Luminous Path are up to no good. We developed this amazing sword, but my former friend and counterpart was killed by the Luminous Path. They're up to no good. So if you could go investigate on our behalf, we would appreciate it. And she's like, go to the police station. They have undeniable evidence that the Luminous Path stole the sword or whatever. And so that's your meeting with her. You're like, okay, cool, whatever. Of course, as soon as we break away, I kill the maid. I'm snooping around, all that. And then I load my save back up because that's not the save I want to use. And then I go take your path, and I go the back way and infiltrate in and get the sword that way. And I leave everyone alive except for the people that dare cross me.
What'll happen is I'll commit to a bit. And if I make it out, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to roll this way. But if I don't and I reload... Yep. It just depends on how far back my last quick save was and what kind of decision I made. And then I just roll with it at that point because I get overwhelmed with the amount of options that there is in the game. But yeah, when I saw Simon's in like the little hollow communicator near the sword, I was like, dude, this is the guy from Sleeping Dogs. This is Pendrew.
Pendrew.
He's using her to basically instigate a triad war. Yeah, for his own benefit.
Again, dude, year 2000, man. There are so many things about this game that just its context is I'm reluctant to use the word predict because the writers are not trying to predict or tell the future in any way.
It was just
they're just telling
story.
They're telling a science fiction story, and in some really weird ways, it is its story echoes the things that you see into the future. Anyway, the stories of like outside interlopers and exploitation and stuff are just. I said this exact thing I'm about to say when we talked about Triad or talked about Sleeping Dogs, but these sorts of stories are as old as storytelling, like an outside
interlopers, treachery.
An outside actor exploiting the people of an area for their resources for personal gain and then bailing. I mean, that's so core to humanity. And in fact, dude, we get into a conversation with the bartender at Lucky Money that is, I mean, it's really amazing. Like, they both represent sort of differing philosophies and like different backgrounds. JC being an agent of the West, and this bartender is, I guess, living in Hong Kong. I don't know what his background is, but they get into this like ideological kind of debate, and it's fascinating. It's so interesting, but I'm jumping ahead a little bit. So yeah, the Maggie Chow situation is that she is genuinely a Red Arrow person, but she's also working with directly with Majestic 12.
Yeah, so Walton Simon says here, Mrs. Chow, we are reassigning you temporarily. Put the long-term agenda on hold until VersaLife has met its deadline, so we know that they're up to something. It will be months and probably years before the Red Arrow can influence Beijing. Whereas, well, I'm sure you've heard about in my appointment, we are in position to make a grab for Washington, and we can't let this slip through our fingers. Make sure the process stays on schedule. I think that's all he says. Let me just let it roll for a second. Yeah, that's all he says. So basically, she's going to get control of the influence over all of Beijing by working with them. That's kind of her her prerogative. But yeah, we grabbed the sword, and
she's a climber.
I look at the sword, I'm like, I hope I get to keep this sword.
Oh, yeah,
I hope I get to keep this sword, because I had to make room for it. I was like, if I get to keep the sword, I'm getting rid of all my other stuff, because I don't need knives. I'm just going to use a sword, because it looks really cool, and it's really deadly.
It's awesome. It's a lightsaber.
Yeah, so what's the technology behind that? Like, what...
It's nanotech. They just kind of
nanotechnology.
Yeah, okay. They describe it in more detail. But that's all I know about it at this point. Is it's some sort of nanotechnology.
So
But it is important to the Triads. It's symbolic of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
their truce. It's symbolic of their truce.
With it changing hands, it represents a tear in all of the relationships and the loyalty between Triad organizations. And this is something that we run into later in this mission with if it just ends up in the hands of the Red Arrow again, it's going to be seen by the street level people as a shift in power. So the solution can't just be to give the Red Tooth back to the Red Arrow and put it in the hands of a new owner or a new leader. They don't even have a permanent leader right now.
So what we have to do is bring it to the Lucky Money Club, which I had already been to and talked to a whole bunch of people and paid this chick a bunch of money because she kept...
Oh, yeah.
She was like, oh, yeah, buy me a drink and we can hang out. Buy me a drink, we can hang out. Just kept doing it. Yeah. And I was like, God, stop taking my money! You're taking my money!
Oh, man.
But
don't go to Thailand, Brandon. Don't go to Thailand.
No. But no, I took the sword to the guy. I was like, look, I found this in Maggie Chow's apartment. And he's like, no way. And then he's like, we proved her treachery. And then all of a sudden the club was under attack by some kind of crazy looking assailants. And the Red Arrow,
super high tech.
The Red Arrow, man, they don't play. These guys don't play. Dude.
These guys, they're well equipped.
I've never felt so safe in this game. Dude, they got big old auto shotguns that you don't see until later in the game. Dude, they were putting
I was running around with the sword.
They're MJ-12 or Majestic 12 commandos with all these augments and stuff. Yeah. They look crazy. And dude, the Red Arrow, they're putting these guys down, dude. I only had to kill one of them myself.
Yeah, same. I think I may have directly killed 2 or something with my sword. But that was more of I'm looking for victims, But like you said, the Red Arrow would take care of business.
Any chance I get to let someone else kill all the people and I can just scavenge,
for sure.
I let it happen.
Yeah.
And so now the Red Arrow's hey, we're
Minions.
cool. We're cool. Now you need to tell Tracer Tong at the Luminous Path that we're cool and we're ready to make a truce. So we work our way over there. We go meet Tracer Tong for the first time because now Gordon Quick is going to let us in the door because we did what he said. Also, side note, I've had a glitch this entire time that in my main objectives, it says use the helicopter to escape your Natco, and it won't go away. I don't know if that's a standard thing. I think I may have been missing on some points by not completing the quest to upgrade my character.
I think it's fairly common. I have a similar one, but it wasn't that one. Mine is to deliver the dragon's tooth.
Okay.
But I never did. I technically speaking, I never gave it away. I still have it.
Well, yeah, me neither. I never gave it away. But I don't have that quest. It doesn't pop up.
I think it's just a bug.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was just me. But I was like, man, I probably missed 900 points for completing the mission, man. I could have used it to upgrade my swimming or something.
Can I have some more points?
Which my JC can't swim for nothing, by the way.
Uh-oh. That came to bite you.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So we got the dragon's tooth and we're bringing peace to the Triads.
Yeah, let me see.
So what'd you find out from Tracer Tong? Because I got a little update on the Paul situation.
Okay.
Early in that engagement.
Let me find where he is. I'm trying to find my conversation with him.
Did you struggle to find his his office room?
No, not really.
Okay. Because that facility's fairly nondescript, and they're go down the wall, and then you take a left, and then there's a door behind a thing. Or whatever.
No. Once I got in the facility, that was good. Finding the place in the first place was hard.
Well, yeah, because you find a giant red wall, and it's not clear that that's where you're supposed to go necessarily.
Yeah. So Tracer Tong basically tells me, he's like, yeah, you're a really reliable guy, but your kill switch has been activated, and unless you want to go the way of your brother, then we need to get you fixed. So he says, see how easily our technologies turn on us. The more power you think you have, the more quickly it slips from your hands.
Gordon Quick reference.
Yeah, JC says, is there anything that we can do about it? He says, that will depend. You, like your brother, are an extraordinary piece of technology. I've never passed up the chance to try a new blade, but I fear that at the crucial moment, I may lift up my arm to strike, and you will twist free of my grasp. Let's see. I guess
He's like, so I owe you a favor then, huh?
yeah, exactly. He says, indeed, as will your friend Mr. Jacobson, a man of such useful knowledge. He arrived in Hong Kong shortly after you did, and I was forced to keep him in custody until I could verify his identity. I believe he is sincere. Now go down the stairs to the operating platform, and I'll examine your systems. I believe he fixes our kill switch.
He does, yeah. We go walk in the like, it's like the ring where Master Chief has to go
calibrate your
dial
reticle.
in his aiming, yeah. But this time you just get like some red glow and then a lightning bolt goes, and JC goes, ah.
Got loaded up on all this good stuff. One of those plasma guns is back there if you want that piece of crap.
Oh
again.
yeah. A lot of crap hanging out
Wish I
around here.
would have known I was going to come across one of those for free. I wouldn't have wasted all that space.
Yeah, you gave up a bunch of stuff.
Good Lord, most of it was those canisters I was talking about, but
oh yeah, no biggie,
inventory
no biggie.
management is becoming a big challenge for me in this game. I didn't think.
Yeah,
it
dude,
would.
I'm a minimal guy. I keep a police baton, a pistol, the stun prod,
It's
and
that
like
GEP.
all the useful. Yeah, dude, I'm not going that route.
It's
All
that
the
GEP.
useful trinkets.
It's 2x2, that big old sucker,
Yeah,
man.
it's a chunkus.
So let's see. Yeah, Tracer Tong.
So let me tell you about this. When you have the conversation with Tracer Tong and Paul's alive, all he says is that Paul is on his way. Because if you remember, last we left off in my game, Paul tells you, "Hey, get out of UNATCO. They're on your buns. I'll be
way.
okay. Yeah. I'm gonna get my own way." And so Tong tells us that Paul's on his way. Before we have our objective, which is to infiltrate VersaLife.
Okay.
Yeah, so our first objective
Because
from Tracer Tong to show... what's up?
He tells me, he says, your friend informed me your brother was a courageous man. Sorry to hear about your brother,
yeah.
right? And I said, I plan to make sure he didn't die for nothing. He says, we will try. Unfortunately, nothing is certain in politics. Quick and Chen declared a truce just a few minutes ago. Tracer says, a good bit of diplomacy, I admit, but it won't hold. Not with the sword left to be fought over. JC says, I think they will be slow to anger with Maggie Chow out of the picture. Because I didn't get to kill her yet or anything like that. I never saw her, by the way. I looked at all up and down that apartment, never saw her. I didn't think I needed to kill her, so I was like, well, if I can kill one less person, it's probably a good thing, because I'm killing people left and right. And he says,
So did you see her later, though?
yes, I did.
Okay, all right. Making sure.
He says, no, in their system, the sword is a doomsday weapon, a temptation.
Yeah, so this is the symbolism stuff. They can't merely give the sword to one of the guys.
It's like a nuclear button, basically.
Yeah, it's like the king's crown. You can't just give it to one of these dudes arbitrarily.
So he says, we must recover the ROM encoding from VersaLife to make it available to both triads. I guess so they can make their own versions of their swords. Let's see. So JC says, so that's all you expect in the wave of favor? A little corporate espionage? The first of many favors. Remember, I saved your life. Now pay attention. The VersaLife elevator north of the market will require an employee number. Try this one. Once inside, Mr. Hunley, the shift supervisor, find him. He can be persuaded to give you access to the labs.
I enjoyed this one.
I have a feeling that we did two different things.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to hear.
So you probably know what I did.
I can't wait for you to tell me about it, though. I need to hear you say it.
You will find him receptive. He is the corrupt official who sold the Red Arrow the technology to begin with. If you choose to fight Majestic 12, you'll need an ally. We have a mutual interest for some time. In fact, I took the liberty of setting up a computer account for you. Here's the login. Feel free to use the machine in my office. So then we start our way to the VersaLife building.
Let me ask you this. Do you ever bother with looking at emails when they say, like, hey, I set up an account for you? Because this is like the third time someone's told JC this.
I did, and then it just depends on my time. Like, if I've been playing for, like, an hour and 45 minutes, and I'm like, I'm running out of time, I'll gloss over it. But in the beginning, I was reading them.
I don't remember. I asked that question. It's probably not super pertinent right now because I read the email that he has in his account. I don't remember what it said. I have found that it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's really
there was one of them
useful
I read,
context.
Yeah, there's one of them I read. It's like, oh, welcome, JC. Maybe in this one, it's just like, oh, hey, welcome, JC. Thanks for everything you've done.
Yeah. So I guess for the sense of like making the world feel real, you have to have some email filler because everyone's got.
Yeah,
a lot of filler
no,
in
I really appreciate it, and let's talk about this from the perspective of a year 2000 video game. I think that's really important because there wasn't really a whole lot of like really technical stuff that you could do for world building like you can in something like Red Dead Redemption 2, where you see a guy building a house and then time progresses in the story, you come back and the house is built and there's a family, or you shoot a guy who's the weapons. The weapon shop guy, and then you come back and his son took over. There's they didn't have that technology back then. So the next best thing was let's write books. Let's just write info that you can read. It makes the world feel a little bit more alive. So I appreciate that's all there. It depends. Like sometimes I'm not a big reader when it comes to stuff like this, like Fallout, for example. When I play the Fallout games, and I'm like in a random like tuna packing facility, I'm not reading the emails between the people typically. Sometimes it's interesting because you find out what was going on there before the bombs drop or whatever, and what you're finding in those facilities is reflecting that. It's like, oh, I found this hidey hole. I put all this stuff here, and it's like you can find it. But a lot of times, I'm usually just kind of glossing over a lot of that.
Yeah, I my first run through a game, I scan everything that I come across, unless like going to another reference. I'm not reading the books in Skyrim, I'll scan notes that seem like they may have information, and you can kind of get that. You can start to develop that language as you play any particular game that might have useful info and notes. Like the things that look like they're going to contain the right info sometimes will have indications that they have good info. But I typically don't. I'm not going to sit down and read an entire codex or whatever.
It's nice that it's there.
For most games. Some games I will. And for the games that I do, they're the goats. But the majority of the games I don't.
Yeah. No, I think we're on the same page there.
How okay, well actually let me give you my VersaLife experience because I feel like yours is more of a popcorn sort of thing. So I got the info from Jacobson. Did you go check in with him?
Jacobson, that's the hacker guy, right?
Yes.
I was looking around, I couldn't find him.
Oh, he's in there. He has. Whenever you're going down to that room where you do the Master Chief calibration thing, his room is just off to the left. There's just a small walkway, and you just go in, and he's got this room with a bunch of computers around.
Of course he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think I missed him. I was looking for him, and because he said his name, I was like, "Oh, he's here." And I was like, "Where's he at?" And then I ended up just once again just bouncing around, not finding him, and then just finding my way to VersaLife and not turning around.
Also, if you take the doctor out of UNATCO, he's here as well.
Oh, really?
As I did. So you're going to have a story with him later because you chose what you chose, but they're both good outcomes.
Okay, good.
So if he shows up now, you get an augment canister. If he shows up later, you get a different situation, which is fun to talk about. But But yeah, so we're on our way to VersaLife, and here's what I did. I went to the building, I punched in the code, I went up the floor, said, "Hello, ma'am, my name is JC, I was looking for Mr. Hunley." Everything is professional. I walk up the stairs, "Oh, hey, how you doing, Phil? Good to see you, Karen." Anyway, about those shifts, yeah, I know, they're killing us around here, isn't that right? And then you walk around, "Oh, there's Mr. Hunley, hey, can you show me the labs?" He said, "That's going to be 2,000 credits. I said, "You're out of your damn mind." And so I walk around, I'm still talking to people, and you find this one guy who's like, "Man, I hate it here. They're going to kill us." He's like, "Dude, I've been paying attention. Everyone who has this job ends up contracting gray death." He's like, "I know it's just a matter of time before they get me, so I've been screwing it with everything." He's like, "I've been messing up their reports. I've been doing everything wrong." It's just a little dude working at the computer.
I love this guy. I love this guy.
He's the best. He's so good. And JC's like, "Hey, listen, I'm trying to get into the labs. Could you show me the way or whatever? Can you give me the code?" And he's like, "Look, I'm putting my butt on the line here. I'll get you the codes, but I want you to kill Hunley." And so, never mind. I'm jumping ahead. So I'm like, "You got it, buddy. I don't know about this Hunley fellow. Hunley's the reason that the what was it?
Yeah, the
dragon tooth.
Yeah. We just talked about it. He's the reason why. Yeah. He's basically Maggie Chow connection and all this crap.
Yeah. He's the reason that the dragon tooth got leaked. So here's the thing about Deus Ex. when someone says, go kill this guy for me, you can go knock him out and then say, hey, I killed him. And they're going to be like, sick. Here's your reward. So I go and I do the safest thing possible. I just dink, baton, back of the head. He lays out in an area that's secluded, away from prying eyes. And then I go tell the boy, I say, hey, your man's dead. How can I get in there now? He's like, yes, here's the code. And I'll make sure when you get there that you have clearance. This is how you know that you can run around and no one's going to be like, what are you doing here? So you take the elevator down, dude, and you see the intro cutscene. Mm-hmm, You're in the big lobby
with
of the intro cutscene.
With the big hand with the ball, yeah.
So tell me your experience getting into VersaLife, and then we'll talk about the labs.
Okay, a little bit more similar than I thought it would be, except for the fact where I somehow ended up in the fish tank in the middle of the whole office going...
Wait, what?
Could you imagine you sitting there doing you're right on your computer and there's a guy in a trench coat just swimming through
the most high-tech human alive. He's got laser beam eyes.
It's like a 40-foot tall fish tank. I'm just just swimming.
That's so funny.
Because
like I said,
I'm exploring
at Disney World.
I'm trying to explore everywhere. I'm just looking around. But I did the same thing. I went and found this Huntley guy, and he was like, yes, I can let you back there, but it's going to be, what do you say, like 2,500?
2,000 credits.
He's like, it's going to be...
It was for me anyway.
Let me tell you, I stay broke in this game. I never had much money. And I looked at that guy, I was like, you're out of your damn mind, just like you said. And then I go talk to this guy, same thing. He's like, yeah, man, I've been screwing this place over left and right. He's like, man, I'll let you in if you kill that guy. I was like, oh, okay. And then he was walking over him. And I just went... Pew! Shot him in the back of the head and shoved his body. No. I just shoved his body in a vent. Whatever he said, yeah, if you kill my boss, I'll let you in. I was like, say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more. Pal. You're talking to the right guy.
Yes.
Shot him in the head with my silenced pistol, and I saw I played it all out and everything. The camera's right there. I was like, oh, this will be easy. Just went and shoved him in the same vent that leads up to the fish tank that I was swimming in earlier. And then I just went up. I was like, hey, your boss is dead. He's like, okay, here's the code. Same thing. Same thing.
Awesome.
Except so I chose violence. I chose to kill him.
Yeah, for sure. And I let Huntley lay in the walkway. He just stays there for the rest of the game. Because for whatever, the pathing doesn't update in that area, so everyone
he's the only one that
where
walks
they
around.
are.
He's the only, there's like a couple security guards, but they don't leave that floor.
If you go to like the catwalk where that's like covered, there's like a wall in front of it. It's basically a short tunnel, and if you hit him there, you have to be at the beginning or end of the tunnel to see it, and no one walks that way.
You see what I did?
He
was in, like, he literally was walking up to the office that I was talking to that guy, and he just watched me do it. Like, he watched me do it, and then I just kind of like snaked around the corner because there's a camera in the corner watching that one guy, poor guy, and I just snaked around the corner, and then there's an air vent back there, and I just shoved him in there. And then I guess that's my hitman skills coming out. I was like, oh, I gotta hide this body.
Yes,
so,
of course.
That's what I did, and I ended up at the same thing. Now,
okay.
in the Majestic 12 facility in the VersaLife building, this part was really weird for me because
this part, it goes wild.
It gets really weird. This place is huge. It's huge, very vertical, and I ended up just. The first path that I picked, I guess, led me to where I needed to be. I found like 4 augment canisters. I opened them up, got those, and then I ended up just finding the things that I needed. What was the objective here? It wasn't.
So the objective is to upload the Dragon Tooth like ROM encoding or whatever.
Yeah, I ended up at that
to the Triad database.
I ended up at that big terminal computer, uploaded it, and then all of a sudden the base was on lockdown, and I just ran out. Like, I didn't do much exploring here because, like I said, if I just make it through, like, I didn't mean to inadvertently speedrun this area, but I'm kind of glad I did because this place is dangerous.
Extremely.
There's like aliens. There's aliens around, man. There's aliens in the air vents.
Okay,
just hanging out.
I was gonna ask you, dude. How much exploring of the labs did you do?
So, in my gameplay,
did you go into a super irradiated area?
Yes, there was like a I think there was like a radiated area that was I had to turn it off or something, or
Okay, there's that one. Yeah, that one contains the augments.
Yeah, that's where I went. I'm looking at it right now.
There's another one that's like it's super dark.
I don't think I found that.
Oh, dude. Okay, so what else did we find around that laboratory, like laying on beds and stuff?
I don't know if I could tell you.
All kinds of critters.
There was the little green El Chupacabra looking guys.
Yeah, right.
And then there was the Half-Life aliens.
Yes.
And there's tons of those like robot agents as well.
Yeah.
Those guys I had to watch out for. But I don't even think I went to like the barracks or anything. Like I said, I ended up just bumping in. Like I just found that computer.
Right.
And I went and did my computer skills, and it says upload. I was like, oh, this is where I need to be. And I just uploaded it, and then all of a sudden the whole place was on lockdown. I was like, okay,
Right.
I really shouldn't push it anymore.
Play around.
It was already hard enough to get out, and I just made it back out. And I was in the VersaLife building, and everyone there was like nothing ever happened. And I ran back to Tracer Tong.
So did you see any of the like gray men or whatever?
No.
Okay. So the classic conception of what an alien looks like?
Yeah.
That
big
bulbous
eyes,
head
the
and
grays.
the bug eyes.
Yeah, the grays.
You can find those dudes walking around in this laboratory. Just like...
Are you serious?
Yes, the gray classic alien that you see on the cover of video games.
Is it really aliens?
Well, I'm not 100% sure because they talk about Area 51 a lot.
Well, yeah, in my experience, I keep, like you said, I hear people talk about Area 51. Yeah. And then they keep talking about these aliens. I'm like, are these really aliens? But then I also have reason to believe these are manufactured as well.
Right.
But I'm like, why would they manufacture something that look like a unless it's for misinformation, unless it's unless it's one of those, hey, look over here type situations. Which didn't this just happen in real life? Didn't they say, everybody listen, we're releasing all the alien files. There's aliens. There's really aliens in real life. You got to go look over here. Don't look at what I'm doing. Just look over here. There's really aliens. Is that what this is?
It's so crazy how much of a classic bait and switch aliens are for human beings. Like, we want it to be true so bad. Well, dude, to tell you the truth,
I'm over it, man. I'm over aliens. I'm over it.
I'm not really sure of the origins of the gray men yet, but it does.
Can I Google just what they look like? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, hold on. Go ahead.
So do you remember the name of the virus that's taking over the world, that's killing everyone, that's being
the Gray Death?
That's right.
Like these gray aliens?
Yes. Is this an
extraterrestrial disease?
It could be. I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure, and I don't really... I'm looking
at it right now. Sure enough. Now, I don't know if I should read about it.
I avoid reading about it because I'm
just looking at it.
There are plenty more, things to come around these topics.
So he's got, humanoid. He's got really long arms. Really long
they attack
fingers.
you. If you end up in the room, it's super irradiated. Like, you can't hazmat suit with the augment that like helps you to survive dangerous rooms.
Yeah.
You die in like 10 seconds. The room is super dangerous.
I may have even seen this room and been like, maybe I shouldn't go there, and maybe I went another way.
But if you go in there, dude, they're just walking around and they'll just start attacking you.
That's wild, man. Like I said, this particular area, this is the first level. Like a couple other levels that we've done, I feel like I've seen everything that, like, as far as the layout of the map, because I'll be like, oh, okay. Especially I went ahead on mission 8, and I was like, oh, I know this entire structure now. And I wasted tons of resources because that's how I figured out where everything was, because I wasted all my resources. Sure. But yeah, no. After we finish up here, we tell the guy that wanted us to kill his boss. We're like, hey man, there's some wild stuff going on here. Dude, you need to get out of here right now. And your
aliens.
Your JC probably was like, aliens, get out of here.
What do you think about Area 51?
But no, his name's John Smith. He's labeled as John Smith, by the way. But yeah, I was like, yeah, you might want to get out of here. They're working on some pretty crazy biological weapons underneath this building, and if anything goes south here, you're going to be as good as dead. And so he ended up just leaving. And I went back to Tracer Tong, and I was like, hey, Tracer Tong, uploaded that stuff. He's like, awesome, cool. I need you to go back.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, are you kidding? I gotta go. Why did you just tell me to do it while I was already there? That part did actually it aggravated me because the logic of it. And he was like, "Yeah, I need you to go back." I'm
Yeah.
like, "What?" Like,
Yeah,
do
what
you know
is
what I
it?
just did in there? The whole place is on lockdown.
I'm trying to remember. We got to go back in there. We have to get to level 2.
Yeah.
There's the Universal Constructor, but Tong doesn't even know about that, I think.
No, he does. That's why he sends you there. He's sending us in to destroy the Universal Constructor that's making the Grey Death.
Well, okay, what is it then that Daedalus has us go do? Because we have two objectives here, and Tong only knows, from what I can tell, only knows of one.
Hold on. So before I went to VersaLife, I went to the bar.
I remember what it is.
I went back to the club, and I was hanging out with the 2 Triad leaders, and they were giving me tons of alcohol. And they were like, "Hey, this is the best. This is the best. You gotta try this."
I know, dude.
And he's like, "No. This one's the best. You gotta try
Every
this."
time.
They just one up that I have all this alcohol that I end up just dropping on the floor because I can't use it for anything, anyways.
Right.
And sometimes my real life tendencies bleed out into my video game playthroughs. I never use alcohol in games.
Yeah.
Unless
me
it's
neither,
like
ever.
Red Dead or GTA, where it's just bonkers off the wall, stupid fun. But I never use alcohol in any games. But yeah, no, we were hanging out with the Triads. I love the Triads in this game.
Yeah, they're fun. So what it is that Tong has us go back. He wants us to get into level 2 so that we can get the structure, like the genetic structure of the plague, so that we can create a vaccine and we don't have to rely on stealing ambrosia shipments. But it's on the way there that Data's like, "Hey, buddy, it's me. It's Daedalus checking in again. Just want to let you know."
He says
Do you know about
there's a
the
device in
Universal
here
Constructor?
called a Universal Constructor. It is one of only 2 devices in the world capable of producing the nanomechanical virus called the Grey Death. So nanomechanical.
Yeah, that's
I will
interesting.
require you to destroy it. Use the code 525 to destroy it. So we do both of those, right? We complete both those objectives.
Yeah.
We get Tong what he needs, and we do what Daedalus wants.
Yeah, you
And-
do Tong's first because it's just like I'm gonna steal a USB basically, and then Daedalus destroys the whole facility. So like,
Yeah.
you have to do his last.
Yeah.
And also doing his mission gets you back in contact with Maggie Chow for a second.
Yeah.
So how did your run back through VersaLife go?
I actually got a little lost. Went back up to level 1. I was like, "Yeah, I don't need to be here." Went back down to level 2. Ended up using some EMP grenades to bypass some robots.
Yep, same here.
And then just kind of killing everybody who's in my way. I have that sword now, so that's very helpful. Maggie Chow, she ends up...
Oh, dude, I just remembered something that you can run across your first time through the VersaLife facility. You can run across Maggie Chow.
Oh, really?
Talking to Bob Page, who is, I think,
I keep hearing that name, but I don't know who that is.
I'm pretty sure he's the de facto leader of Majestic 12.
Like, he's physically there?
He's there. Yeah, he's at VersaLife, and he's talking to Maggie.
Wow.
Yeah, and gosh, I wish I could remember the
Can you kill
content of
him?
their conversation. No, he's on the other side of a glass.
I was gonna say that.
window
I
or
wouldn't
whatever.
think that they would let you kill him.
Him and Maggie are. This is the second to last time you see Maggie until the Universal Constructor moment.
Oh, I guess I just missed her both times, coincidentally, and then she just straight up rolls up on me, like I'm going down that shaft to those like it's down at the bottom. Like you end up having to swim out, I think. I'm trying to find where it was in my gameplay, because like you set the place to blow up. Okay, here it is, right here. Yeah, I'm going down a ladder, and it's just like this ventilation, this giant ventilation like cylinder or like silo looking type structure. And she rolls up and she's like, "You have terrible manners, Mr. Denton, stopping by my apartment without even saying hello." And I really wish I could have just been like, "Yeah, I killed your cat too."
Leave you with nothing, Maggie. Your maid's dead, your cat's filleted.
And she's like, "Yeah, it's time for me to repay the discourtesy." And then she just draws on you, man. She just pulls out a gat. And I blew her away. I returned fire and destroyed her.
Yeah, I ran up on her with the tooth, which obviously is always very quickly accessed in my my
Yeah,
numbers.
that's what I did. I hit her with the
I
two.
just bing and then slice. So I found the conversation here, and I wanted to detail you on what they talk about. So they reference the Universal Constructor before we ever hear it, but they refer to it as the UC. Bob is like, so I've got the UC running. It's doing great. It's doing all these cool things. What about this UNATCO agent? And Maggie's like, we know about whatever the UNATCO guy's here. He's gonna make trouble. And Bob is like, don't worry about that, dude. We've got a failsafe that I like to refer to as Icarus. Now, I don't know what Icarus is yet, or I have a hunch as to what it is,
Icarus.
but I don't remember exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so Icarus and Daedalus is Icarus's father in Greek mythology.
That's right.
Daedalus is the one that says, don't fly too close to the sun, and Icarus doesn't listen, and then the wings melt and he falls and drowns.
That's right. So
Interesting. There's a connection there. It's okay.
Yeah, and
okay.
the way this works out is very interesting. But he gets our first reference to that side of things right here with his conversation with Maggie Chow. And it's presented as a solution to the UNATCO problem, which I presume to be just JC and Paul and that kind of group of bad dudes.
I guess it's safe to assume that whatever Icarus is it's related to Daedalus. Maybe. Presumably. I mean, we still don't know who Daedalus is.
Right.
Just like we're assuming some kind of some kind of masked hacker.
Now, I can tell you one other thing. I don't remember exactly. I think it's Jacobson that you talk to, and this would make sense because you didn't find Jacobson. So you talk to Jacobson, and you reference again Daedalus, because the first time you say it to him in UNATCO when you're escaping. Remember? You're like,
yeah, what's up, Daedalus?
You're like,
what's up, dog?
You're like, hey, what? Yeah, what's up, Big Daedalus? Good to see you, bud.
Big D.
When you that's the favorite nickname of mine. When you meet him again in Hong Kong, you're like, you can tell him, you can update him like, hey, this Daedalus feller, he contacted me again. I think it's Jacobson. I could be misremembering, but regardless, the content of the dialogue is something to the effect of, Daedalus was a code name given to an AI system that was previously developed by someone. I don't remember. It might have been the United States government or some big group. It was developed by them to monitor like dark web traffic and conspiratorial resistance
almost
groups.
like Skynet a little bit.
Yeah. And he was like, the purpose of Daedalus, codename Daedalus, was to monitor all this internet traffic to make sure that, there weren't like terrorist groups or resistance organizations that were going to go out and do something dangerous. He said that it scanned, it scanned terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of data before they had to finally shut it off because it wasn't getting them whatever results. And the guy even says like it was a huge waste of taxpayer dollars that never went anywhere. And JC's response is, so Daedalus is a resurrected AI that's come back to contact me or blah, 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 blah. That's all we know from the story at the point we're at now.
The relevance of this game.
Dude,
it's strangely coincidental, man. With like AI it's not worth the resources, but what kind of tool it is, and the question of like, can it gain sentience and do whatever Daedalus is doing, I guess.
How about the inciting incident of this whole game, which is the Statue of Liberty being attacked by terrorists, and then them using that as a what's the term? They're using that as the reasoning or the justification to invade other countries and go to war. We experienced that a year after they released this game, but it wasn't the Statue of Liberty; it was the World Trade Center.
It's wild, man.
That they used that as the
New York, they got
precedent
close
to invade Iraq and Iran and all, or not Iran. Well, I guess now Afghanistan.
Look, we could talk conspiracy theories all day, but it's
Isn't that crazy, dude?
It's wild how coincidental all this is.
I know, man.
To label it as bluntly and blandly as possible, coincidental. It's crazy, dude.
Crazy, man. So that's that's the detail, the info that we have. Catch us up on Paige and Daedalus and Maggie Chow. But the point in the story that you and I are currently at is that we kill Maggie. We shut down the Universal Constructor, which we learn is the thing that they're using to produce the virus. It's the only like machine or technology capable to do this incredibly intricate technology. But they say that this is one of two in the world. So we've taken out one, and presumably the other one's out there with the potential of being used to create more Great Death.
Yeah, so we go back to Tracer Tong, and JC's like, hey, I don't know if I appreciate your sense of humor, Tong. I was risking my life in that building. And he's like, no, it's no joke, Mr. Denton. The Illuminati's real.
Yeah.
He's like, not as powerful as they were at the beginning of the century. I know of a few of their former leaders.
Jay-Z.
Beyonce.
Definitely Beyonce. Diddy.
Like Stanton Dowd.
Yeah.
Yes, plus Beth Duclair, Morgan Everett. Most of them are in Paris, from what I understand. Let's see. He says, what do they have to do with the Majestic 12? Tracer Tong says, that's a question for Dowd. I will contact him in New York. Hopefully he will agree to meet you. And I was like, oh, we're going back to New York again. I'm so tired of New York, dude. And then JC asks him, what do you know about this hacker named Daedalus? Tracer says, a mysterious but valuable informant. He sent me one of those codes I needed to find that super freighter. Perhaps your friend Alex has dealt with him more than I have.
Yeah, that's why that's why I went and talked to Jacobson again about Daedalus. I guess it was because we mentioned it to Tong, and he's like, hey, go ask Alex.
Yeah, and JC totally like blows over it, and he's like, a super freighter. That's enough to poison and to infect an entire continent. And he says, hey, your pilot's waiting in the courtyard. Find out, see if he knows where the ship is going or how we can stop it. In any case, it's time you left Hong Kong. There's a word of a UNATCO agent searching for you. A German, they say.
Yeah, dude, he's coming back.
It's Hans Gruber. He's come back for you, JC.
We owe him a debt, dude.
German,
we took out
Augmented.
Yeah, Navarra.
Oh,
We took her out, and he's ticked off,
blow him away,
dude.
dude. Next time I see him, I got a missile with his name on
I can't wait to hear how you handle that.
And he says, tell your people not to tangle with him. I'll deal with him myself. And then this is where I just got on the helicopter and left.
Yeah, same here.
And I still was confused because that mission glitch, that mission, it says get on the helicopter out of UNATCO. Yeah, I got out, and that's kind of where we left. I actually played the next mission, but we'll save that for next episode, I suppose. Unless you really wanted to talk about it.
No, we need to talk about the going back to Hell's Kitchen, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm confused. I was jumping the gun. I did the mission after going to Hell's Kitchen.
Yes.
So Hell's Kitchen, I did something wild.
Oh, there's only a couple things to do here.
Yeah, all we had to do is go meet Stanton Dowd.
Oops. Yeah.
And that if you want to, you can just go meet... you have to go to the bar. You have to
meet
go...
Harley Philbin.
You got to go meet your connection. And while you're there, there's a Marine who's telling you about the super freighter and about how the Chinese and...
He's a true patriot, man. He's got a nice southern
these
accent.
Chinese, I don't trust them.
I know, dude.
I don't trust these Chinese. And
we got to check out what's going on in Wuhan, man.
Man, I tell you,
that lab.
If they would have had like him drop some kind of racist remark just to seal the deal on what kind of person he was.
Yeah.
But no, he's like, the Chinese, I don't like it one bit. You should, here's some information that you could use. You should go check it out. And then you meet your contact, who is the soldier doesn't have a name. He's just a soldier. But no, he says that FEMA is there colluding with the Chinese, is what he's saying.
And Simons is the head of FEMA. We know this.
Correct. And we know that he was colluding with his Chinese contact, Maggie Chow.
Yeah, the Red Arrow.
And VersaLife is also in Hong Kong. So all the dots are starting to connect a little bit.
Yeah, VersaLife they are the R&D bioweapons arm of Majestic 12. And Bob Page, he's the lead of VersaLife, and he's the lead of Majestic 12.
And the soldiers, like, they pushed us out of our positions. FEMA put up a perimeter. No one goes in and out. We don't know what's happening inside that freighter now. And we know that they're going to be loading it up with Grey Death.
Exactly. I need to say something on this point because I referenced the conversation in Lucky Money earlier with the bartender, and they had an ideological kind of debate. I need to go back through this because it helps to add context to what this soldier is experiencing, because the soldier he's a Marine. We think about these people with guns in this game, I think, as just being like government kind of people. Most of them aren't. Most of them are like, they are hired by private corporations. Most of the enemies and the combatants in this game aren't like government-specific agents.
You ever seen the movie Shooter? When the old man is describing what a...
yes. Wait, which one is Shooter? Is that Nicolas Cage?
Mark Wahlberg. He plays
the sniper. Yeah,
I actually really like that movie. It's probably one of the best Mark Wahlberg movies, but it's about like military conspiracy and like cover-ups and just how deep it can get and how like colluded in or diluted in the collusion behind the scenes that can happen and how things that are done in secret overseas can't be judged on American soil, all this stuff, and it's this whole thing. But there's a scene where it's the old man.
Yeah, that's the VersaLife situation.
The old man, he goes to kind of figure out if they could do like trace a bullet, if they could replicate a bullet and frame somebody and all this stuff. And there's this old guy who he's like the conspiracy guy. And he's like, oh, them boys on the grassy knoll, they were dead before whatever. And then they're like, how'd you know that? He's like, I still got the shovel. It's this really great scene. It's a really great scene. But he's like, that's how a conspiracy works. Just when you think you got it all figured out, they've already moved on to the next step. It's going. And that's what this military guy says, by the way. He says, I'll say it straight, I'm a patriot. I don't like to see one of our top secret bases commandeered, especially when the only people allowed inside are these Asian mafia types. You think you can do something about it. I can have my buddies at the front gate let you slip by. My name's Vinny. Tell them you know me. And that's still like our easy way into the freighter.
So what he's seeing, I think, are just like presumably the military, the private military group hired by VersaLife. That has to be the Asians he's referring to. He just sees dudes with guns, and VersaLife being based in Hong Kong, they're probably going to hire a private military group that's nearby so that they can have access to it. Also, they're doing these things overseas for particular reasons.
I got a little confused here. I thought that the Red Arrow was a little bit more involved with VersaLife because of his statements there. I thought he was saying that he was seeing Red Arrow there because Maggie Chow was Red Arrow first, but
I think Red Arrow is their contact on the streets of Hong Kong. I think they're probably just using a private military group.
Yeah, and the Red Arrow was colluding inadvertently because of Maggie Chow's
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Maggie Chow, like they wouldn't be involved at all if it wasn't for Chow.
But yeah, we meet.
So let me tell before we move on from this, because we need to talk about what this bartender said. He was talking about bartender. So his perspective is that the Triads, both the Red Arrow and the Luminous Path, are there to protect the people of Hong Kong from outside interlopers, which is crazy because that's so much about what Sleeping Dogs was communicating from the street level people in that game.
Oh man, we're learning more than just video game mechanics
Dude,
here,
check this out. This is what kicks off the little debate with JC and him. He says that the West is so afraid of strong government that they have no government. The streets are lawless and billionaire corporations make the laws. They make what happens, like they get to dictate what happens. Citizens United, APAC, all that good stuff. A system organized around the weakest individuals will produce the same qualities in its leaders, is what this guy says. JC says, perhaps certain qualities are an inseparable part of human nature. And he says, the mark of an educated man is the suppression of these qualities in favor of better ones. Same is true of civilization. So this guy kind of like, he sees the Matrix, or he's reading what's going on, and he's saying in the West, your government is hardly existent anymore. The people who have, dictatorial power over laws and what happens legislatively are billionaires and corporations. That's what this bartender's reading on what's happening in the United States in 2157 or whatever it is in Deus Ex. And again, the parallels are unbelievable. I mean, what we're seeing with with tech oligarchs and data centers and the oil company getting to write our legislation on how we use our fossil fuels and all that, like we are seeing the diminishment of actual government so that private industry can come in and make law. Like again, people, it's literally what we're witnessing today. People have been saying this was coming for a long time when Citizens United was passed, that makes it possible for campaigns to be 100% funded by corporations. And the message that goes out is what creates votes. And so when you have all the power over the messaging, I don't know. They were talking about this 26 years ago.
Dude,
there's no excuse.
Dude, this reminds me all of a singular. This all traces back to a singular meme image that has been saved on my phone for several years now. It's a picture of Captain Barbossa from Pirates of the Caribbean, and he's got like cyber glasses and like neon stuff. It says, "You better start believing in cyberpunk dystopias. You're in one."
It's true, man. It's true, and
it is.
These observations are coming from someone who was writing them 2 decades ago at this point.
Yeah, dude. I think playing this game 6 years ago at this point, wow, when the pandemic happened, would be coincidental enough. But
yeah, that was my experience.
But now
I don't know if that's why you said that particular time in particular. I played it during COVID for the first time.
Well, I say you probably played it then. You're like, wow, wow, this game gets it right. But here we are 6 years after that, and it's like, what else could it get right? You know, like the further along we go in this game, the more I keep figuring out. It's like it's strangely coincidental.
And similar to real life, like I don't know if the alien conversation is all bullshit or if there's some reality to it.
That's about the next thing at this point. I mean, we got the AI, check. Global pandemic, check. Misinformation and government espionage and working behind the scenes and
meme warfare,
fake
dude.
News,
we're there.
Misinformation, check. Wait, where's my mechanical arm? When am I getting my robot arm? Come on, we got all the other stuff.
How about the destruction of a famous feature of the New York City skyline as an impetus to go to war with countries who may or may not have had
the only thing they haven't gotten right is the hideous assault rifle design in this game. I hate that thing. It looks so ugly.
It's so goofy looking.
I hate it. But yeah,
so
we got to go meet Harley Philbin.
Which we should recognize.
Yeah, we recognize this guy. And
he was one of the first contacts we ever made in the game.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, by the way,
first mission.
I've been working for the NSF this whole time, and the Illuminati.
He tips his hat. He tips his hand to that. When you talk to him in the first mission, he's like, "Look, don't go crazy on them." He's like, "They're not bad people." Like he kind of sounds like Paul a little bit.
Yeah.
This is why.
It's funny because I just thought that was like a video game way of them being like, "You can play non-lethal in this game."
Oh sure.
That's what I thought. No.
Yeah. It's probably little column A, little column B situation.
Yeah, and then we're talking about the Gray Death with this guy, and he's like, "What's Dowd have to do with the the Gray Death virus?" JC tells him the same corporation that makes Ambrosia also manufactures the virus. Quite convenient. Oh wait, I didn't do my JC voice. The virus came over on a super freighter previously owned by Dowd. And he's like, "Oh yeah, most of Majestic 12 is just hand-me-downs from the Illuminati. Huh? We knew about Ambrosia, but the virus, that's news. They're infecting people on purpose, huh?" And then JC says, "I was hoping Dow could tell me where the freighter would unload." He says, "I'll contact him. Go to the burnt-up storefront of Osgood and Sons. We are familiar with that freaking building. Good lord."
Yep.
He says, "Yeah, and JC, be careful who you mention the Illuminati to, like Joe Green. He's a spy
bastard.
for UNATCO." And I was like, "Who the heck is Joe Green? I don't know. What are you talking about?"
Joe Green's a bigger deal in Harvey Philbin's world.
Yeah, I was
than
like,
ours.
Joe Green. I was like, "Who are you talking about?" And he's like, "Here's the proof. Hey, kill Green, you'll be doing all of us a favor." I saw him hanging around the free clinic. I was like, "Oh, you want me to kill somebody? Ah, why not?"
I got you, buddy.
I was like, in my mind, I'm thinking, I could use those experience points. So I'm going to go ahead and kill him for you.
Yeah, bring me as many assassination missions as I can get knocked out real quick.
But whenever you get close to the free clinic to kill Joe Green, Daedalus comes over the thing, and he says something about his information is incorrect or something like that. And I'm not sure if he's supposed to be like, no, don't kill him, he's really not a bad guy, or if it was just coincidental that I was walking by when that came on. But I was like, I'm gonna kill him anyway.
Yeah. Well, there is, I don't remember how, there is a way you can trigger the conversation in such a way that Joe just pulls out a gun and starts shooting on you. So I'm not.
Oh, I never even got a chance to talk to him. I just walked in.
Oh, you didn't talk to him?
Everybody in the place was already panicking when I walked through the door for some reason. So I just pulled out my dragon sword. I just whacked him in the back of the head and just took his stuff and left. I was like, okay, he's done.
Well, I don't know why that happened in yours, but when I walked in, it was chill. Everyone's normal doing their thing. I walk over and talk to him like, hey, I hear you're a spy. And he was like, what? Ah, come on. It's me. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so, blah, blah, blah. And we end the conversation. I knock him out. I hit him with the baton and knock him out because I didn't feel super confident in his allegiances either.
Yeah, I'm looking at my footage. I walked in. Every single person in the building's just running around like crazy. Like
that's so weird.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's because I was fighting some people outside of the building.
I was gonna ask if there was a gunfight happening when you came in.
Maybe so. But either way, I was like, I tried to identify him.
They were all watching the fight through the window. Oh my God, he's coming inside! Run!
I just imagine my JC being like, just with the sunglasses on, just.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
You ever see that video of like the guy on the bus and his head almost turns like completely around? He's like,
yes.
That's exactly what happened. So I walked in, I was looking around like, are you Joe Green? Like I'm highlighting the names and I'm like, oh, you're Joe Green. Whack! And I walked out.
Well, good. I'm glad that he ended up face down in yours too. So after this, we have to go meet up with Dowd.
So we meet up with Dowd, and he's just like on the other side of like a caged area, and he tells you where the let me find where I left off. Kind of a weird spot. It kind of took a second for me to find it.
Yeah, it is a weird spot.
I'm trying to find where I talked to him. Maybe I went a little bit further. Either way,
yeah, we're talking to him to figure out where this freighter is going to end up, so that we can go figure out what to do with all this this Gray Death. So Stanton's the guy that's supposed to tell us where to find the Gray Death.
Oh wait, did I think I gotta pull up my next gameplay footage to find it. Either way, we get a bonus objective. They're like, hey, because Dowd is like, hey, here's where the freighter's gonna be. I think I might have Gray Death. I think if you can get me some ambrosia, that would be super helpful. Let me see if I can find. Is this it right here? Hold on, let me see. My gameplay got because my game crashed one time while I was playing this, and my footage got kind of mixed up. So yeah, I found Dowd. He's like, yeah, I caught the plague myself. And he tells us where it is, and he's like, yeah, you're gonna have to blow this thing up. You're gonna have to get rid of this boat, because if it gets loose, the world is like done for. Like this is their big plan.
Yeah,
we gotta stop it.
It literally is. They're trying to reduce the world's population so they can consolidate the wealth that exists solely into their hands.
Yeah, and so Dowd doesn't really tell us his side on this, like why he's turning.
So you can get some information out of him.
Unless I'm just...
Dowd is he's former Illuminati. Did you get this?
Yeah, I do see. Okay, yeah, I skipped a little bit too far.
He's former Illuminati, and he tells us that Majestic 12.
Yeah, he was like, we always stayed in the background. We were just kind of like sailing. We're just kind of piloting it from the shadows. But what they're doing,
decision makers, not public figures.
Yeah, they're going public with the stuff, and they want to control it all out in the open.
Yeah.
Once again, just wildly coincidental. He's
the
like
brazen corruption.
Yeah, and then he says, I caught this plague myself. Anyway, we never had troops like Majestic 12 or freighters full of bioweapons, if what you say is accurate. So they weren't like tipping the scales by using like mass destruction or threatening the population as a whole or anything like that. These people they got kind of this, what's the word I'm looking for? Like this elitism, like this kind of like we're the superiors and we're going to be the survivors. We're going to be the, histories written by the victors types, Mm-hmm. And he says, yeah, they're going to want to hide it. It's going to be at the naval yard, blah, blah, blah. You're going to need to get some explosives. And then
so
this is when you get the option to go meet the smuggler again and use your code, Bloodshot, to get down and go buy some extra explosives if you need it, which I didn't need because I had the GEP, but I did go check with the smuggler. And I guess I'll go ahead and tell you. I got down there, and he was like, yeah, here's the prices. Everything's way too... Like I told you, I stay broke in this game. I didn't have any money. So I quick saved my game, and I picked the lock. I turned invisible, and I stole everything out of his storeroom, and I left. And that's how I got everything.
Perfect. So you're well equipped.
Yeah, I got weapon mods. I got a full stack of lambs. I got all the rockets, and I got everything I need, dude. I'm set.
Yeah.
Totally. I was like, you know what? I'm done being a nice guy, even though I've killed tons of people. It's like
I know, dude. They're trying to end the world.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you gotta cut me a break, man. I was like, there's gonna be no one for you to sell to, and he was like, I still gotta make ends meet, my brother. I was like, screw you, and I stole all his stuff.
Where he messed
I
up.
went invisible, took everything that I could possibly carry, and walked out.
Yeah, I can't blame you. I don't think I spent any money there. I have tons of lambs.
It's expensive, man. It's like
I'm picking up lambs everywhere off the wall, and like, of course, you get them in drawers and stuff.
And honestly, the mission,
dude, I have like 15 lambs.
I played the next mission. You can find stuff there. You can't get completely locked out.
You have the option to leave the area without ever seeing Smuggler.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, Jock is like, hey, don't you want to go get some explosives? And JC's like, I'll loot the armory on my way there. He was like, I'll loot the armory.
I'll
or something
figure it
like
out.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say about the Stanton Dowd thing, the last thing, he says that MJ12 came from like an even smaller group within the Illuminati, a group of malcontents, presumably Bob Page, Simons. I don't know who all was involved, but there was a cluster within, I almost said Illumination, the Illuminati that became the Majestic 12.
There was a sect of Illumination, and they wanted to make a Star Fox film and not a Mario one.
Oh man, they almost did it. He says that they realized at some point that technology itself could be a tool for political gain. And it's like prescient, accurate, true observation, but that's not something they realize down the road. Technology for people like this has been a tool for political gain always. It's always been. It's just different applications of technology for political gain. But anyway, that was Stanton Dowd's situation. Former or maybe, I guess, current Illuminati. I don't know if they like officially disbanded necessarily.
Yeah, they don't really make that clear. That's what I've been trying to figure out is like, so does the Illuminati still exist? Did the Majestic 12 just suppress them? Like, how does that work?
Overtake it.
I'm assuming we'll get those answers later, but
I think they all still keep the ring on. Like, they've got their Illuminati tattoo. So, like, if they're old people and the little red phone rings and they have to meet for Illuminati business, I think they'll do it.
Think Cat
but
Williams
as of right now, they're kind of like staying underground. I sure hope Cat Williams shows up.
Yeah, he should, because he's like, I told y'all not to listen to these people.
I know, man. Yeah, I would love to hear him rip Simon's wide open. That would be incredible.
Dude, what if they make a new Deus Ex game and you play as Cyber Cat Williams?
Yeah, that'd be worth developing.
That might be the return. That might be what brings this franchise back, because unfortunately, it feels like this franchise has been like it's like the world has tried to delete it from existence. I wonder why.
God.
I wonder if the other... have you ever played any of the other Deus Ex games? Like, are they all like
I have.
this, like, this pertinent? Like,
well, yeah. I mean, yes, basically. I probably not to the same level because of the time. Like Deus Ex's timing is insane. Again, 1 year before 9/11, and the inciting incident is almost exactly the same. That's crazy. I don't think that obviously they weren't like intending that to happen, which is stupid to say, but it's just a crazy thing. But in a similar way that you see echoes in reality, Deus Ex, the series has that in the 3 that I've played. I haven't played Invisible War. That's the direct sequel to this one, but I've played Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. And I think Human Revolution does an incredible job, like Deus Ex. But you went ahead and did the boat.
I did do the boat.
So our plan for the next episode, what we're going to play this week, are missions 8, 9, and 10. And Brandon already did 8, so he's just got 9 and 10 left to do. But I'll be tackling 8, 9, and 10. And yeah, that's going to be our stopping point for the next episode.
Yeah, I would like to state for the record that my frustrations with this game, remember I talked about, I still think the gameplay is very, very clunky.
It's old, dude.
It's very old, and I totally understand, and I am sympathetic with and understanding of it. But once you upgrade your character, I mean, I'm not getting nearly as frustrated as I was in the beginning. I mean, dude, I was like, dude, I am this close to lowering that difficulty. And I don't even think that would fix it, to be honest. Because there's an area that I was referencing earlier, it's in the next mission where, like, I ended up getting into the very large area that holds the boat, and it's like, not to talk on it too much, but I was getting killed because someone down at the bottom, it was like, I don't know, 70 feet below me, could see me, and I couldn't see them. And I was getting hit, and I would die in 2 shots. I couldn't even hear their gun firing. They were so far away. I was like, how the heck am I supposed to react to that? I ended up having to jump off into the water, which was not fun.
Yeah, fair enough. There's some old things like that I mean, it just comes with part of the package.
Yeah, no, but I'm much more enjoying the second half of the game than I was the first half. I think for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is because of the upgrades to the character, being able to use your stuff better, giving you more options and making the game a lot easier. And number 2, just the experience of, like, I'm kind of understanding. Yeah, you've learned the language. Yeah, I'm understanding the designers, kind of what they're doing with the level design. I'm understanding how they're approaching all their design choices, and I'm starting to be able to kind of read on it a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure.
I can only imagine playing this game in 2000 is probably mind-blowing. It's probably like, God, I've never seen anything like this.
Same. We'll talk about its legacy more toward the end, but yeah, there's a lot to say on that topic. So, for this coming week, missions 7, 8, and 9. We've got the boat. We're going to Paris. Yeah, some really interesting stuff, dude. I can't wait to see what this game has in store for us.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty excited because where I left off, I'm about to get answers.
Excellent.
Man.
Excellent. Well, dude, this has been the game pack for this week. Brandon, anything else you want to say before we send it home?
Stay hydrated. It's hot outside.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. That's good advice, dude. It's been super hot and super rainy, so hopefully my skin is absorbing some of that water, because I could always do a better job hydrating.
Yeah, get the augment. Next time you get an augment canister, choose the skin, the photosynthesis skin, the hydrosynthesis skin.
I'll do that. I want the attachment that has this is completely unnecessary. I want a straw that I can, like, kind of just push into my mouth to drink. So it's raining. I'm absorbing the moisture, but I also want to still drink it.
No, it's like, what's her name from Metal Gear? You just
you
just lay down on a puddle and you're
quiet, and just slurp it up. I am quiet. All right, dude.
Thanks so much for playing along and watching or listening. I'm Brandon.
I'm Tyler. We'll see you next week.